All right, one time for your mind. Always some interesting stuff. Brian telling me what he's got going on, trying to bring you some new news and different things we found out. What have you got this week? One time for your mind, Brian.
I have, in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to highlight this really quick.
Oh, mine's around blackness too. I love this.
I wanted to, yeah, but mine's around you specifically because you're doing some really good stuff for Black. You're doing some really good stuff for Black History Month, and I think people need to be sort of privy to this. This is obviously more of a thing that you can discuss, but like, you know, you've gone to some HBCUs to do some work, and you've been able to do this on a national level where I'm not necessarily seeing people, especially at a place like AccuWeather where, you know, it's a weather network.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This isn't the Undefeated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're being able to use your platform in ways to sort of tell these stories about Black History Month, the significance of it, and just all these different people that you've been talking to about this. So I think that should be highlighted, and you could tell us more about that.
Oh, I'll tell a little bit more. So Black History Month kicked off. I'm doing a series of stories for AccuWeather. There will be, at the time of listening to this podcast, 3 will be out that you can see. The first one was on The Snowy Day, a book by Ezra Jack Keats, a Jewish man from Brooklyn, actually from East New York, Brooklyn, who wrote a story that I read a lot of as a child about a African-American protagonist who wakes up on this day where there's snow and exploring it. It was the first children's book with an African-American protagonist, and the tie-in is obviously the snow and the weather, that won a major award, the Caldecott Award. And so I did a piece on that. I also took a trip to Mississippi last month where I went to Jackson State University, which is the first historically black college to offer a program in meteorology. It also is the college where June Bacon Bursey, who was the first woman to be a TV meteorologist and the first black woman to receive a degree in meteorology, donated money to start that meteorology lab there. So I have 2 pieces, one that's on her and her impact, another one on the meteorology lab itself and some of the good things they're doing in their program. It was really dope to talk to the kids down there, the faculty, the alumni. And another piece I have coming out will be on diversity in meteorology, how there's a lack of diversity, what's being done about it, if anything. So that should be a good piece I'm working out. And one other on Black history in the hockey and the tour. They have a great museum. I got to check it out in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. I'm going to see it when it's in New York, New Jersey. And hopefully for this piece, we'll be talking to PK Subban and Wayne Simmons, 2 black players on the New Jersey Devils. Obviously, they grew up playing outdoors a lot, hockey in Canada, what the experience was like with that, and what they think of this museum is something I'm going to try to highlight. So getting to bring a little bit of sports into that. And there's another one that I don't know if it's going to happen coming up down at the end of the month, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later because I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm trying to, and I'm really excited to do it. Yeah. But I'll talk about that. But
so I think people should check all that stuff out.
All right, cool.
It's good. It's unique to a lot of the stuff that we're seeing now in terms of how just sort of the coverage is around Black History Month. I think people should check that out.
It's the first time that AccuWeather is doing anything like this. So
you're revolutionizing things. Don't undersell it.
It's an honor to be able to tell the stories, I think, of your people or your culture. Anytime you could do that. So for Black History Month is good, and I'm glad I was able to find and do it. And hopefully it'll continue with more. It's the first time they did it, but it's important stories to tell. We want to continue it for, I was talking to some people. We want to continue it for Women's History Month next month. We want to continue it for Hispanic, History Month in September.
September/October. It's all right, though. Puerto Rican Day Parade comes, we're going to take over again.
Yeah. So, that's something I definitely want to do and look at doing. So, always important to do that. Okay, so that was a good Black History Month tie-in. So for me, I came across something that actually has to do with Black history. So I found this story on the site. It was actually sent to me. I love the name of this site. Galdem is the name of the site. Keeping it real Caribbean. I love it. Title of the story by Sister Moya Lothian McLean. Facial recognition can't tell black and brown people apart, but the police are using it anyway. And this is coming out of the UK. So London's Metropolitan Police Force announced in a tweet that they will be rolling out live facial recognition technology across the city starting this month in Black History Month. 12 months. They're going to start it this month, okay? Now, a lot of people had some reactions to this. But I don't know if you've seen this, Brian, but there's been a lot of debate around facial recognition, right? There's been
highly problematic.
Two things that are highly problematic around it, right? One, this has been shown even in things in facial recognition on phones. One is that it's been proven to be like racist, right? And that There's things that it can't identify.
Like most other things in America.
And 2, it doesn't even work, right? Like the success rate of it actually isn't good, right? Like it's literally not good. So check this. In 2018, Massachusetts Institute of Technology graduate student Joy Balamwini, sorry if I mispronounced your name, led a series of studies investigating facial recognition systems from the likes of Microsoft, IBM, and Amazon. She found them to be endemically racist. Initial research found that the tech only mismatched the image of light-skinned men 0.8% of the time. When it came to black and brown individuals, the rate of inaccuracy shot up. Hold on, the numbers. Darker-skinned women had a misidentification rate of 34%. Okay? I'm not going to belabor on too many of the stats that came on here, but even there was numbers and research that found out in this facial identification program that they're going to use in the UK by the police task force. You know what the success rate, the failure rate was on it? 81%. Hold on. Would you want to launch anything that failed 81% of the time?
No.
Because numbers aren't good.
That's
right. God. So why would you not use it better if you want to use it? Personally, I don't think it should be used because I think there's a lot of bad things that can come about.
They have all of our stuff anyway. So.
No, but it allows you to then target people, and especially people of color, in a different way that is extremely dangerous, right? So it's not only that. Like there's already targets for people of color, right? But it just becomes even more dangerous. But I don't understand how this is being allowed when the success rate is so low.